So welcome everybody. It's nice to see everyone and the great turnout today. A couple of announcements. At the moment, I'm not going to teach next Saturday because it's of the 4th of July weekend. So the next class will be 2 weeks from today, same time, same place on Zoom. And I would love to see any of you there. I would also love it if any of you want to join me for the coaching and yoga retreat at the end of August. There's just 4 spots left, so reach out if you are interested. It will be yoga in person, which is even better than yoga on Zoom. And also with coaching in a super beautiful mountaintop location that maybe I'll get to move to someday. So I would love to have any of you join me if you are up for it. And with that, I think we will get started. Find a comfortable spot on your mat. If you have blocks or a bolster, I always love it. It makes yoga more nourishing if you can sit up on something as you begin. And if not, it's also fine. In an ideal world, you have your hips above your knees as you sit in a comfortable cross-legged position to let go in the hip flexors a small amount. It also makes it easier to ground your sit bones into the earth beneath you. So take a moment to settle. Ground those sit bones down towards the earth, connecting with the energy below. Tilt your pelvis slightly forward with intention and grow your spine long and tall towards the sky, whether it be foggy, like in San Francisco, or hot and sunny, like in most of the country. Reach the crown of your head up towards the sky, stretch and lengthen your neck, and drop your shoulders with intention. Rest your hands lightly on your thighs, and close your eyes if you're comfortable. Take in a deep inhale in through your nose and an exhale through your mouth if it works for you. If you need to breathe in through your mouth, you can do that too. Breathe in through your nose if that works. And out through your mouth. And just pause and notice how you feel. Notice perhaps what has shifted. Today, I wanted to focus on appreciating ourselves. Not so much gratitude, but appreciation for the things that we like and love, the unique things. We often focus on the things that aren't good about ourselves, but what do we appreciate about ourselves and our lives? To add a little bit of lightness. Knowing that we carry this body that we're in, and this heart that we have, and this brain that we have with us throughout life. And we have been so many places together with it, and will go so many more places. Can we be friendly and appreciative and kind to that body, all that it's allowed us to do, all that it allows us to do in each and every moment of each and every day, and all the children perhaps that have come from it, and the mountains we've climbed, and the lessons we've learned, and the lives perhaps that many of you have saved, all using this body and this mind. And rather than noticing what needs work or improving or fixing, can you appreciate all that it's done and all that it will do, and move forward within it as if it's a friend. Knowing we desire growth and improvement is one thing. Constantly driving ourselves and others is another. Maybe the answer is not that we need to do better, try harder, or push more. Maybe the answer is recognizing and appreciating how well we already do things, how hard we try, how much we have done, how well others are doing. Pushing ourselves can become so habitual that we deny ourselves any feeling of satisfaction. No matter how well or how much we do, The urge to try harder, do better, and do more keeps pushing us on. It doesn't let us rest. We still feel it isn't quite good enough. If you have been pushing yourself that hard, you may need more than a coffee break. You may need a real break. Give yourself permission to put your drive aside. Quiet that part of you that wants to do more, be more, and accomplish more. And learn to value and appreciate how well you do things, even if no one else sees or appreciates your efforts. Applaud your own efforts and the efforts of those you love. For today and for this week, instead of demanding more from yourself, tell yourself how well you've done. For today and for this week, instead of demanding more from those around you, tell them that they are also doing well. You may just discover that you and they are all doing much better than you thought. Bring your left hand to your heart and place your right hand atop. Take in a deep inhale and an exhale. And take a moment to appreciate perhaps how you are doing better than you thought. And think about one thing about yourself that you love, that you appreciate, that's fun, that feels good, and hang on to that. Take a deep inhale into that pocket behind the heart. And hold that thought there. Breathe out. Bring your hands to heart center. Press your palms together. Rub the skin to skin and just enjoy the sensations. Press the pinkies together, fourth finger, third finger, second finger, thumb. Press your thumbs into your sternum, elbows out wide. Take a deep inhale and an exhale. And take a moment to connect with your intention for this class and this day and this week. Could part of that intention include noticing what you appreciate about yourself and others with a lightness to it? Not gratitude, just appreciation, acknowledgement, noticing mindfully what there is to appreciate. Take in another deep inhale and an exhale. Lower your hands to your thighs and open your eyes. Let the light in softly and just notice how you feel. Perhaps tingles in your hands. Notice your sit bones, ground them into the earth once again. Engage your belly. Raise your arms out and up towards the sky. Take your right thumb and middle finger, grab your left wrist and tip gently towards the right. Ground the left hip into the earth. Stretch the whole left side body. Breathe into the left side body and a huge exhale. Come back gently to center. Switch the clasp of your hands. Inhale and exhale, tip towards the left this time. Ground the right hip into the earth. Tug that right wrist towards left. Stretch the whole right side body. And come back to center. Clasp your fingers together. Flip your palms up towards the sky. Shimmy your elbows back towards your ears. Engage your belly once again. Ground those sit bones downward. A strong core. Inhale. Reach your palms towards the sky, slight arch. Exhale, round your belly, suck your navel. Come into a seated cat pose. Drop your head and neck. Inhale, slight arch, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, round and suck your navel in. Drop your head and neck. Inhale, reach your hands as high up as you can, slight arch. Exhale, round into a final cat pose. Inhale, reach both arms up towards the sky once again. Exhale, open your arms out towards the sides. Press your palms into the side walls. Pinch your scapula together. And exhale, let it go. Wrap your arms around you, right arm under the left. Give yourself a big hug. Wiggle your fingertips to the medial edge of your scapula. Squeeze as tightly as you can. Exhale, drop your head and neck into the cradle of your arms and close your eyes for a moment. Pause here, take an inhale and an exhale. One more inhale here. Give yourself a squeeze, a huge hug, and enjoy it. Exhale, let it go. Gently raise your chin to neutral. Untangle your arms, extend your arms out to both sides once again. Engage your shoulders, engage your hands, press into the side walls, pinch the scapula together and release. Wrap your arms in the opposite direction, left elbow under right. Wiggle those fingertips towards the middle of your scapula as tight as you can. Give yourself a huge hug here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, round forward, drop your head and neck into the cradle of your arms and close your eyes for a moment. Just pause here. Squeeze tightly. You can rock back and forth. Exhale, let it go. Bring your chin back to neutral, shoulder height. Untangle your arms, extend them towards the sides, and lower them towards the floor. Roll your shoulders back 3 times. Enjoy it. Notice any pops and kinks, anything that's tight. Roll them forward 3 times. Appreciate the fact that they still move for the most part, I assume for most of you. And if there are areas that hurt or are sore, just send them kindness. Take out whatever you may be sitting on, if it's a block or a bolster. If you're on a blanket, you can keep it if you have tight hamstrings or tight legs. We're going to come directly into double pigeon or sukhasana to release the outer hips as we get started. You're going to bring your right shin in front of the left, right ankle in front of the left knee, or if you're more flexible, take your right ankle, pick it up and place it atop the left knee, coming into a more tight cross-legged position. Either way, rock side to side on your sit bones. Remove the flesh of your seat so you're grounded directly into the earth. Tilt your pelvis forward and grow your spine long and tall. For some of you, you'll just stay here. This is potentially enough of a release, especially in the outer right hip. Others of you can take your hands, place them on the floor in front of you, and inch them forward handprint by handprint. Just notice what feels good. When you feel a pinch in your knee, if you do, stop. That's too far. And if you need to loosen the cross of your legs for your knees, do that as well. Walk your hands forward, as far forward as feels right for you, and then close your eyes. You can allow your head and neck to fall forward and breathe into that right hip, just letting things go. Appreciating all that it carries for you and using the breath to let some of that tightness, tension, angst go. We carry lots of angst in the hips, so breathe into it and let it go. And just notice the tension may shift to a different spot as you do this. Breathe into the next spot with appreciation and then lightly just let it go. One more breath here. If you wish to walk your hands forward, another smidge or 2, if that works for you, go for it. And exhale, let it go. Walk your hands slowly back towards your shins if they are in front of you. And if you're sitting up tall, reach the crown of your head towards the sky. Once again, lengthen your spine, lengthen your neck. You can take your fingers to the bones behind your ears and just lift your neck up. Stretch it slightly with your fingers. Drop your shoulders. Pelvis tilts forward. Take a deep inhale into your chest here. And an exhale, let it go. Untangle your feet and stretch them long in front of you. Once again, rock side to side on those sit bones and move the flesh of your seat to ground downward into the earth. You can keep your knees bent gently if you wish. Tilt your pelvis forward. Spine is long and tall towards the sky. Engage your belly. Inhale both arms out and up towards the sky. Gently fold forward over your toes. Release your head and neck and release the back. If you wish, you can press your knees towards the earth into an easy forward fold, just opening things up before we start to move today. Inhale deeply into the whole back body. And exhale, let it go. One more inhale here with appreciation for everything that your body can actually do this. And exhale, let it go. Walk your hands up your shins to your knees, to your thighs. Recross your legs, the left in front of the right this time, or left foot atop the right knee, if that works for you. Pay attention to what works for you without judgment, just appreciation for whatever works. And if something doesn't work today, just opt out or adapt. Tilt your pelvis forward once again, hinge at the hips. Spine is straight, crown of the head reaches towards the sky. This may be enough of release in the hips, or take your hands, place them a foot or two in front of you and inch your hands, handprint by handprint, forward, hinging at the hips to intensify the stretch and release in the left hip. Breathe into that left hip with appreciation for all that it allows you to do. The mountains you climb, the dogs you've chased, the stairs you've climbed, and all the emotions that it carries there. And thank it and breathe out the tension, letting some of it go. Notice as you breathe in that the tension may shift. Breathe out and let it go. One more deep breath here into that outer left hip to enjoy it and appreciate it. You can wiggle your fingers farther forward if you wish, another inch or two, if it works for you. And exhale, let it go. Walk your hands back towards your shins. Hinge at the waist, reach the crown of your head towards the sky. Ground those sit bones downward, reach tall, taking a deep inhale into your chest. And an exhale, let it go. Untangle your legs, straighten them in front of you, and we're gonna swing them around to come into hands and knees. Today, we're gonna do more flow than we usually do. So if it doesn't work for you to do that, just hold the positions longer and opt out of the more movement parts. Neither is better or worse. It just depends on what your body needs or feels like it needs or wants. In hands and knees, hands directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. Ground the tops of your feet into the earth. Look at your hands for a moment. Splay each finger out wide, equal pie shapes between each finger web. Ground all 10 knuckles into the earth. Engage your arms, shoulders engaged in the sockets. And take a moment to just look at your hands and appreciate them, all the things that they do and have allowed you to do. Perhaps they are wrinkly, perhaps they're smooth, perhaps you love your fingernails, perhaps you don't. Just notice and appreciate some of the things that your hands allow you to do as they're engaged here, supporting you and holding you. The next inhale, arch your spine, reach the crown of your head and your sit bones towards the sky. Come into a cow pose. Exhale, round, suck your navel up towards the sky, drop your head and neck, come into cat. Inhale for cow, enjoy the movement here. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. You'll notice about stretch in the front of your belly. Exhale, round into cat, drop your head and neck. Last one, do it at your own pace. Cow pose, sit bones, reach skyward. Exhale into cat. Reach your navel as high up towards the sky as you can. Round your spine as high up towards the sky as you can. And when you're ready, come back to neutral. Extend your right leg long behind you. Drop your heel towards the floor. Open out towards the right. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Come into gate pose. On the exhale, if you wish, reach your right arm over your right ear and raise your right leg up to hip height. Heel is flexed, ankles flexed, press your heel into the back wall and balance here. Notice the wobbles and just appreciate the fine balance and coordination that you are using here. If this doesn't work for you, you can keep your right foot on the floor. Breathe in here. Reach your fingers and your heel in the opposite direction. And exhale, let it go. Lower your right foot towards the earth. Right hand comes down. Come back to hands and knees. Extend your left leg long behind you. Drop your left heel towards the earth. Reach the left hand towards the sky. Come into gate pose on this side. If you wish, exhale your left arm over your left ear and raise your left foot to hip height. You can also bring your right foot a little bit behind you for balance if you need that. Extend your heel and your fingertips long in either direction. Breathe in. Appreciate all the wiggles and the wobbles here, and exhale, let it go. One more breath here, balancing as best you can, appreciating and enjoying all the wobbles. Exhale, lower your left hand and your left knee. Come back to tabletop, even things out. Once again, extend your right leg long behind you. On the inhale, raise it up about 6 inches, a little bit below hip height. Make sure your hips are square towards the floor. Inhale your left hand long in front of you, if that works, coming into a balanced pose. Breathe in and stretch long in either direction. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, bring your elbow to knee underneath you, if you can. And then inhale, stretch long in either direction. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch long. Appreciate however this works for you. Notice the amazingness of the balance possibilities. Inhale, the elbow to knee. Exhale, sorry. Inhale, stretch long. Lower your left hand and your right knee. Come back to tabletop. Extend your left leg long behind you. Inhale, raise it to hip height, a little below. Press your left heel into the back wall. Raise your right arm long in front of you. Right fingertips reach long. Left heel reaches long behind you. Exhale. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, elbow to knee underneath you. Curl. Stretch arm and leg long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch long in either direction. One more breath, balance here and enjoy it. Notice any wiggles and wobbles. Lower your right hand and left knee to the earth. Find your center and your balance. Walk your hands forward to handprint. Curl your toes. Lift your hips up into downward dog. Widen your feet and your stance if you need to. Lift up all 10 toes and lower them down like monkey toes, one at a time. Spread your toes wide if you can. Space between each one, like your hands. Pay attention to your hands once again. Spread all 10 fingers wide, all 10 knuckles pressed downward, both palms press into the earth, arms engaged, shoulders engaged into the shoulder sockets. Reach your hips up and back, press into your hands, reach those hips as far back as you can. Lift up onto your tiptoes as high as you can. Hips are the apex, reaching skyward, tall, tall, tall. Slowly lower your heels towards the earth and enjoy all the stretch. Bend your left knee, press your right foot heel into the earth. Bend your right knee, press your left heel into the earth and enjoy it. Come back to center. Ground your hands into the earth, left ball of the foot into the earth. Inhale, raise your right leg up, come into three-legged dog. Hips are square to start. Arms engaged, left foot, left leg strong and straight. Bend the right knee, stack your hips, roll open the right hip, the right ankle is rolling towards the right and towards the left. Send the breath into the front of the right hip if it works for you. If this doesn't work for you, you can stay in three-legged dog or just downward dog. and enjoy it. Straight your leg, re-square your hips, and lower your right leg towards the earth. Reorganize for a moment. Take in a deep breath into your chest, into that pocket behind the heart. Exhale, let it go. Raise your left leg towards the sky. Heel presses into the back wall. Bend your knees, stack your hips, roll your ankle. Breathe into the front of that left hip. And appreciate the fact that your body can do this. Upside down, stretching, curling. The strength in your arms and your hands and your fingers. All the things that you can do together as opposed to the things that you can't. Extend that left leg, square your hips, lower your left foot towards the earth. Gently walk your hands back towards your feet. Come into an easy forward fold. Widen your stance a little bit more if it works for you. Lift up all 10 toes once again. Ground the four corners of your feet into the earth and lower your toes. Take your hands, clasp your elbows, and allow your head and neck to release completely. Your knees may be bent, sit bones reach backwards. And once again, check out your toes. Notice what you appreciate about your toes. And that when you lift them up, what does the balance do? How are your toes helping you? Lower them down, shift your weight into your toes. Shift your weight into your heels towards the right, towards the left. Lower your hands towards the earth. Engage your belly and slowly roll up inch by inch by inch, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head is the last to rise. Notice how you feel. You may notice a lot of blood flow shifting. Scrunch your shoulders up towards your ears. Pinch your shoulders together, scapula together. Lower your hands by your sides. Open towards the front, Tadasana or mountain pose. Once again, lift up those fabulous toes, all 10 of them, and lower them down. Engage your kneecaps and your thighs. Tuck your pelvis, grow your spine long and tall. Lengthen your neck, reach the crown of your head towards the sky and drop your shoulders. Deep inhale and exhale. One more inhale, just appreciating your strength, balance, connection, everything that works here. And exhale, let it go. Take a moment, walk towards the front of your mat. We're gonna do two sun salutations. Feet will be hips width, legs are straight. Stand tall in Tadasana once again, mountain pose. Take a moment to organize yourself and feel strong and balanced. Inhale, reach your arms out and up towards the sky. Palms come together, slight arch back. Fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, sit bones reach back towards the back of the mat. Exhale, fold forward. Palms flat towards the earth, step back to plank or top of the push-up. Pause here for a moment. Engage your belly full and strong. Shift forward onto your tiptoes. Lower down chaturanga towards the earth. If you wish to bend your knees, untuck your toes. Lower down slowly, bend your elbows. Keep your elbows close in towards your torso. Lower your forehead towards the earth. Connect that third eye into the earth. Inhale for low cobra. Weight is out of your hands. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky. Heart shines forward. Exhale, lower down. Press into your hands, curl your toes. Press back through hands and knees to downward dog. And pause for just a moment here. Lift up onto your tiptoes and step, hop or jump towards the front of the mat. Come into forward fold once again. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Engage your belly and slowly roll up to stand vertebrae by vertebrae. Head will be the last to rise. Arms come out and up towards the sky, palms together, hands come to heart center. Pause here for a moment. Take in a deep breath. And an exhale, letting everything go. Take in another deep breath of appreciation for all that just happened and that you can do that. And let it go. Lower your hands towards your sides. Allow them to open out and up once again. Palms together, slight arch. Fold forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, sit bones stick backwards. Exhale, forward fold. Palms ground into the earth, step back for plank. You can stay here or we're gonna come into a side plank for those of you who wish. Drop your heels towards the left. Reach your right arm upward, come into side plank. Reach the right arm towards the sky. Engage the whole right side body here. Your arms may shake. Appreciate the balance and the coordination and what does work here, however you are. If you want to bend your left knee and place it on the earth for balance, you can do that too. One more breath here. Exhale, lower your right hand, come back to plank. Reorganize, engage your belly. Top of the push-up, everything is strong. Notice if you're shifting your hips upward to get out of the strong pose. Drop your heels towards the right. Reach your left hand towards the sky. Come into a side plank on this side. Gauge the whole left side body. Right arm is strong, right hand grounds into the earth. Notice what's working for you and enjoy it. Appreciate whatever of this you can do and all the strength and coordination that allows you to do this. Lower your left hand, come back to plank. Shift your weight forward onto your tiptoes. Lower down chaturanga. You can untuck your toes, bend your knees, bend your elbows by your sides. Lower down, forehead, third eye comes to the earth. Pause here for a moment. Take an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, lift up to low cobra or upward dog for those of you who wish. Exhale, lower down. Press back to downward dog. And pause here for a moment. And enjoy it. Raise your right leg towards the sky. On the exhale, gently bring your right leg between your hands. We're going to come into a high lunge here. A nice wide runway between your feet if you need it. It can be a foot or so, a nice lane. Both toes face, sets of toes face towards the front of the mat. Engage your belly, and when you're ready, slowly rise up into a high lunge. Reach your arms towards the sky. Exhale, sink into your hips. Inhale, reach your arms towards the sky, lengthen your spine. Exhale, sink a little lower into your hips. Make sure your right knee does not extend beyond your right ankle. Wiggle those toes a little farther forward if you need to. Inhale, once again, reach tall. And exhale, sink a little bit lower. Inhale, straight your right knee. Reach high. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straight that right knee. Exhale, lower. Once again, straight the right knee. Notice the wiggles and the wobbles. And exhale, bend into it once again. Pause here. Bring your hands to heart center. Press your thumbs in towards your sternum. We're going to push off the back foot and raise the left leg up towards the front, hip height. Another balance pose. Engage your belly and your focus. Press off the back foot. Bring your left knee up towards hip height. Come into a balanced pose here. Hands get pressed together for balance, thumbs into the sternum for balance. Pause here and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lower the left foot behind you. Come back into a high lunge. Pause for a moment. Inhale. Exhale. Press off the back foot once again. Bring the left foot up to hip height for balance. Press your thumbs into your sternum for balance. Exhale, lower back into a high lunge. Notice how this is working for you and just appreciate whatever does work. Last one, we'll press off the back foot, raise the left leg up to hip height. And pause here. Extend your left foot in front. Bend your knee. Extend your left foot in front. Notice the wiggles and the wobbles. And bend your knee. Gently bring your left foot to your calf. Come into tree pose directly from here. Take a moment to readjust your balance if need be. Square your hips if you got cockeyed. And when you're ready, raise both arms like branches up towards the sky in tree pose. Breathe into it. And notice and appreciate all that worked here. One more deep breath. Exhale, let it go. Bring your hands back to heart center. Bring your knee back in front. Exhale, lower your left foot and just shake it out. Roll your right ankle out. Roll your left ankle out. Right one perhaps again. Lower your arms towards your side. Inhale them out and up. Once again, palms come together. Fold forward, forward, fold. Inhale for a half lift, spine straight, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, lower into a forward fold. Step your right foot back. We're going to come into the high lunge directly on this side. Nice lane between your feet, both sets of toes reaching directly towards the front of the mat. Engage your belly. And when you're ready, inhale your arms up into a high lunge. Wiggle those left toes forward if need be to make sure your bent knee does not extend beyond your left ankle. Inhale, reach tall, spine straight. Exhale, sink into your hips. Inhale, reach towards the sky. Exhale, let it go. One more inhale, reach long towards the sky. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, straight your front knee. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straight the front knee. Exhale, bend. Appreciate all the wiggles and wobbles that might come from just this small movement. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend that front knee, lower your hips down. Bring your hands to heart center. Press off the back foot. Shift your weight into the front foot. Raise your right knee to hip height. Pause. Exhale. Inhale here. Exhale in the balance pose. Inhale. Exhale, lower your leg back into a high lunge. Pause for a moment to reorganize. Press off the back foot once again. Raise your knee to hip height and balance. Breathe in and out. Lower the back leg, come into a high lunge once again. Pause to reestablish your balance. Press off the back foot, shift into the front foot once again. Right thigh is hip height, knee is bent. Even your hips out. Extend your right foot in front. Bend your right knee. Extend your right foot in front. Bend your right knee. Lower your foot to your left calf. Right knee comes out towards the side. Come into tree pose. Notice how you feel. Notice how your left toes may be gripping into the earth. Press the right knee back gently towards the back wall. If you wish, reach your arms up like branches towards the sky in tree pose. Focus your gaze on a spot in front of you that's not moving. One more breath here. Bring your hands to heart center. Bring your knee in front, lower your right foot and shake it out. Roll your left ankle, right ankle. Both directions. Lower your hands towards your sides, reach them out and up towards the sky. Palms together, slight arch. Bring your hands to heart center and pause for just a moment. A moment of appreciation once again for all that balance, all that work, all that coordination that was good enough, mostly good. If your eyes are closed, open them. Step your right foot back. We're going to come directly into warrior two here. Right foot is pigeon-toed towards the right front corner of the mat. Left toes reach towards the front. Open your arms out and up, cartwheel them into warrior two arms. Hands reach in opposite directions. Bend your front knee. Once again, make sure that left knee does not extend beyond the left ankle. Arms reach in opposite direction. Torso is long and tall towards the sky. Gaze is over the left middle finger. Take in a deep inhale here, a deep, strong one. Exhale, sink a little bit lower. You may wish to extend that back foot a little farther if your stance is not long enough. Just notice what feels right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink into the hips. Bend your left elbow. Place your left forearm lightly on the left side. Reach your right arm over the right ear. Stretch along the whole right side body, side angle pose. Breathe into it. And exhale, let it go. One more breath here. Exhale, let it go. Cartwheel back up to warrior two. Inhale, gaze over the left middle finger. Exhale, drop your right hand down the right thigh. Left fingers reach towards the crease between the back wall and the ceiling. Breathe into the front of the left rib cage. Reverse warrior or peaceful warrior. Exhale, let it go. One more inhale here. Exhale, cartwheel back to warrior two. Bring your hands to your hips, elbows behind, straight the left knee. Turn your toes towards the side of the mat. Turn towards the opposite direction. Right toes jet line towards the right front corner of the mat. Pigeon toe the left foot. Bend the right knee. Raise your arms out towards the sides. Come directly into warrior two on this side. Readjust your stance if need be. Wiggle those toes in either direction. Inhale, lengthen your spine and your torso and the crown of your head towards the sky. Exhale, sink into your hips. Notice your arms. Make sure they're shoulder height. Fingers reach in opposite direction. Gaze is over the right middle finger. Exhale, sink a little lower. Bend your right elbow. Gently rest the right forearm onto the right thigh. Reach your left fingertips over your left ear. Extend the whole left side body, side angle pose. Enjoy it here. Deep inhale and exhale. Cartwheel back up to warrior two. Gaze is over the right middle finger. Inhale. Exhale, drop your left hand down the left thigh. Right arm reaches towards the crease between the ceiling and the back wall. Reverse warrior or peaceful warrior. Enjoy it. Appreciate all the room in your rib cage for the breath and for the movement and for the stretching. Exhale, come back to warrior two. Inhale, one more strong, long breath here. Exhale, sink a little lower into the hips. Bring your hands to your hips. Straight your right knee, turn your feet to face the side edge of the mat. Hips on your, hands on your hips, sorry. Elbows reach towards the back wall. Hinge at the waist, fold forward into a wide angle forward fold. You can lower your hands towards the floor. If you have a block or a bolster, use that. or just reach your hands out as far forward on the mat as you can, or probably the floor since you're facing sideways. And allow your head and neck to release. Coming into an easy inversion here. Whatever works for you. If you have high blood pressure, don't drop your head and neck towards the floor. You'll notice a stretch in the back of the thighs. If you have a block and you want to rest your forehead or third eye on it, ground into the earth here. That can be very stabilizing and strengthening. Take 2 more breaths here, just enjoying the different perspective. Allow things to shift. One of the things yoga does is give you a different perspective, not only in the poses and the positions, but with the breath and with the mindset and the outlook. Can you allow a different perspective here, upside down, grounding your head into the earth rather than your feet into the earth? One last breath here. Gently press into your hands, rise your head up to hip height. Bring your hands to your hips, engage your belly, hinge up towards the sky, upright, and pause for a moment. Allow the blood to readjust. Bring your heels towards center, coming into a second position, toes out wide. Bend your knees, come into goddess pose here. Hips sink towards the earth, knees are bent. Knees once again should not extend beyond your ankles. Raise both arms up into an easy cactus pose. Elbows pressed towards the back wall, goddess pose. Breathe into it. And exhale, let it go. Take your hands, clasp them at your sacrum. Extend your fists towards the floor. Straight your elbows, shoulders down and back. Inhale. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips. Here, reach your hands up towards the sky and allow your head and neck to release. Just gently, whatever feels comfortable, don't go too far here. Bring your hands back to your hips. Engage your belly, rise back upright. Straighten your knees, release your hands, open them up towards the sky, coming into star pose. Deep inhale into your chest here. Fill yourself up. And an exhale, let your arms come out and down towards your sides. Allow them to rest on your thighs. Heel toe your feet in like Pac-Man. Come to stand. Arms out and up towards the sky. Slight arch back, palms come together. Bring your hands to heart center and pause. Another moment of appreciation for all the things that your body allows you to do, that your life allows you to do, that your mind allows you to do. Can you choose to move forward together? You and your body and your mind. Not fighting one another or kicking one another to move forward, but just enjoying one another, encouraging one another as good friends. Open your eyes if they're closed and lower your hands by your sides. And we'll transition slowly to lying down on the mat. Extend long, legs long in front of you, arms by your sides, palms open towards the sky. Allow your toes to fall towards the outer edge of the mat. Adjust your shoulders so they're not bunched underneath you. And take a moment to notice what part of you is connecting to the earth underneath. And enjoy that connection. Enjoy the energy. With intention, draw the energy of the earth up into you. Send it perhaps any angsty, stressed, unappreciative energy back. Flip your palms over to face the floor. Forearms face the floor. Bend your knees. Bring your heels in towards your buttock, as close as you can. Press into your hands and your forearms and your feet. Reach your sit bones up towards the sky. Come into a bridge pose. Shimmy your shoulders underneath you. Grab the outer edges of your mat with your hands. Tug your hands towards your heels. Reach your hips skyward. Knees energetically connect. Reach as high upward as you can with your hips. Breathe into that spot behind your heart that opens up here. And exhale, let things go. One more inhale. Reach those hips up as high as you can. Exhale, slowly untuck your shoulders, lower your hips towards the earth, inch by inch by inch. And as they land on the earth, just enjoy the moment of transition. Bring your right foot to your left knee. Hands reach, thread between your thighs, grab the back of your left thigh and gently bring your left thigh in towards you, coming into an easy figure four. Feet are flexed. Press your right elbow into your right knee if you wish to extend the stretch. If this is too much, you can leave your left foot on the earth. Breathe into it. For those of you in figure four, reach your left heel towards the sky, straight the left leg, toes flex towards your nose. Press your hamstring into your hands. Point your toe towards the sky. Flex your toe towards your nose. Point your toe towards the sky and flex towards your nose. Bend your left knee. Release your hands from your left thigh. Lower your left foot towards the earth. Raise your arms above you in an easy cactus shape. Exhale, drop your right foot towards the left. Come into an easy figure four twist. The outer edge of your left thigh and your left knee touch the earth and your right foot lands on the earth. Notice a lovely stretch in the right waist. Breathe into it. If you wish, you can turn your gaze towards the right to intensify the stretch. Bring your gaze back to center. Bring your knees back to center. Uncross your knee, your foot, lower your both feet to the earth. Reorganize your hips for a moment and your shoulders. Left ankle comes to the right knee. Hands that thread through around the right thigh, draw the right thigh in towards you, come into an easy figure four. Feet, ankles are flexed to protect your knee. Left elbow can press into the left knee to intensify the stretch. Breathe into the outer left hip. Straight your right leg towards the sky, toes flexed towards your nose. Point your toe and flex your toe. Point your toe and flex. Last one, point, stretch the whole front of the right shin. Flex those toes towards your nose. Bend your knee. Bring your thigh in gently towards you. Notice the lovely stretch in the back of the left thigh. Release your hands from your thigh. Raise them above your head in an easy cactus shape. Gently lower your left sole of your foot towards the floor on the right side. Twist towards the right. Right outer thigh, right outer knee touch the earth, and you have a lovely stretch to the left side body. Inhale, and if you wish, exhale, turn your gaze towards the left to intensify the stretch. Breathe into any pockets of tension here. If the figure four doesn't work, you can just stack your knees in the twist this way, one on top of the other, if that's easier for you. Whatever works for you. knowing that our bodies do what they need and what they can, and appreciating all that they can do rather than cannot do. Gently bring your gaze back to center. Bring your knees back to center. Uncross your knee. Draw both knees into your chest. Bring your hands to your shins. Give yourself a huge hug here. Squeeze your forehead towards your knees. Tight, tight, tight. Everything as tight as possible. Exhale, release your head and neck towards the floor. Hands grab the outer edges of your feet. Come into happy baby. Rock side to side. And enjoy it. And appreciate that you can do this. And that you have been able to do this probably since you were 4 months old. If you can't reach your hands, you can grab the backs of your thighs and press your knees towards the floor. That way, flex your ankles, toes flex as well. Gently bring the soles of your feet together. Heels come in towards your groin, a nice inner thigh stretch. A deep inhale into that pocket behind your heart. Exhale, let it go. Release your hands. Slowly lower your feet towards the earth. Knees still apart, soles of the feet together. Come into Supta Baddha Konasana or reclining butterfly. Bring your left hand to heart, right hand to belly. Take a moment here to once again appreciate. Appreciate your body, your mind, your heart. All the places you have been together, that you are now, and all the places that you will go together. And you go as teammates and as friends, not pushing towards goals, but just appreciating the ride and the journey. Bring your hands to the outer edges of your thighs. Gently draw your knees together with help. Stretch your legs long in front and allow the toes to fall towards the outer edge of the mat, palms open towards the sky. Come into Shavasana or final resting pose. A few moments of true relaxation, full appreciation. A few moments just to enjoy. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. As you lie here, take a moment to appreciate how good it feels and that your body can feel that good when you give it the chance. Stretch your arms long above you and your toes long in front of you. Taking a deep inhale and a huge exhale. Draw your knees in towards your chest and roll over to one side. Pause here in a fetal position. Use your hands, your arm as a pillow. Make it a nourishing pause. Once again, a pause full of appreciation. Think about how you can bring this sense of appreciation to the rest of your day, to those who you may be sharing it with, to all of the things that you may see, or you may do, or you may interact with today and this week. And when you're ready, gently press into your hands and slowly press up to a comfortable seat atop your blanket, bolster, or block if you have something such as that. Make it a comfortable seat. And when you arrive, settle back in, right back into that Shavasana feeling. Ground into the earth, stack your vertebrae one atop the other, stretch and lengthen your neck, crown of the head reaches towards the sky, and drop your shoulders. Hands rest lightly on your thighs. Deep inhale into your chest. And an exhale. Bring your left hand to heart, right hand to top. Thank yourself for taking the time today to practice, taking some time for yourself, to appreciate yourself and others and all that you are and that you have done and that you will do. Bring your hands together at heart center. Press your thumbs into your sternum. Deep inhale into your chest. Big exhale. The light in me shines and reflects and appreciates the light in each and every one of you. May you all have a beautiful day and a beautiful week ahead. Namaste.